It's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports, and we are at Wintry First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Cleveland Browns. Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. Taken at the goal line. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. First carry for Nick Chubb. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Coming right, this is Chubb on the toss. And he's got some space here. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 70 yards. And the Browns will strike first here in this wild card matchup.
Well, this has been a quick strike offense all season long, finding many different ways to manufacture big plays.
They had a big playoff preview today in the papers, and it was about who would set the tone. Well, they just set the tone right there. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. Now, these are not going to be easy on a cold, snowy night, but this one is up and through. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd down, it's Hawkins. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Now here's Mahomes. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. And Oliver in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 67 yards. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good, and it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. They're going deep for Hill. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And the Browns are going to get it back here just past the 35. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake, but I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A big connection on that one. 39 yards. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Kevin Stefanski going to take a chance, going for it on 4th. This is the tight end, Njoku. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on 4th down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew he could handle it. Makes the right read there, gets the ball to his receiver. They get the 1st down. It's now 1st and goal.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Kareem Hunt, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Browns continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And it is now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Second down at 7. Mahomes going to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. Third down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. They got to get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Here's Mahomes to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. And we'll see if that pick six looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally, and you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defense in front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the screen.
Mayfield looks to throw. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Mayfield on play action. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They go play action. Mayfield. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Not the kind of game that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of game that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 34-yard line.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 0-1, right? Raiders-Patriots to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You had to go to the tuck roll, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one people remember. But I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. He'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A give. This is Chubb. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 104 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the
touchdown, Browns! A 14-yard touchdown. And the Browns have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats, but what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here's Mecole Hardman. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception.
And now here is another interception. He's picked off at his own 47. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. A give running right is Chubb. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Play fake. Mayfield. Drops it off for Chubb. Gets around it. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
McLaughlin now for the Browns field goal. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Here's Hardman on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with Mahomes under center, anything's possible. Watch out for the deep ball. And he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. It'll go as a loss of a yard on what should be the final play of the first half. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. This one fielded at the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. So the deep ball giveth, and now the deep ball taketh away.
And you're getting deep on me here. I like that. Going to the next level in what you're thinking. And when you think about all the success he's had throwing the football so far, sometimes when you're doing that, you think you're invincible out there. But he was given a cold dose of reality on that throw.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Finding Hardman here over the middle. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That one's on the former Patriot, Joe Tooney. Throwing now is Mahomes. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he'll get this one down to about the 17.
And the defense, they'll spread the field, a dime package here on 3rd and 12.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And this Browns defense stands tall. The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll go option to the short side.
Here's Chubb on the read option.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
148 yards rushing for him now, as he has been a central figure in trying to get his guys to the 2nd round.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end, and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
And he's got room. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Mayfield off the play fake. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Andy Janovich, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Browns continue to roll. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. out as the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality? And now here is another interception. Greedy Williams picks it off. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. They find some open field here. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his second touchdown of the night. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
McLaughlin for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right?
Yeah. There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Mahomes now on first down. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 5 yards remain on second down. Now it's Mahomes again. And his throw here is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Chiefs on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Gets this one to Hill. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
And again, it's Mahomes. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And now here is another interception. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. There he goes left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far. And they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. Now Mahomes to try again after the pick 6. This is complete to Hawkins. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the 29, Mahomes. It's Hill, complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. Yet another mistake after the interception there. Gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll take this one down to the 36. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Play action now. Here's Mayfield sliding out of the pocket. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, throwing back across his body. Picked off at the 20, and he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. He violated a big-time no-no in throwing that pick, rolling right, throwing across his body.
And you know that your dad taught you that in the backyard when you were a tyke.
Yep.
Don't do it. The problem, every now and then you get away with it. This time, not the case.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And at this point, maybe you say, it was a good effort really just to make the playoffs. They couldn't win their division but did earn a wild card berth. It does appear, however, that their season is just a few minutes away from ending in one-and-done fashion. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field. 29 is the Mike 29. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. We are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
Hey, 57, 57. 29 is the Mike 29. Hey, me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Mahomes to throw once more. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 25. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb, and he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Wow, and even 200 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. 2nd down. Here's Chubb again.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. To throw, blitz coming, and down he goes. They get him that time thanks to the safety blitz as he sank for a loss of 4. So the field goal unit is coming on here, and boy, this is going to be darn near impossible. And now contact up front. And this might set up an interesting decision. So now it's 4th and short.
So after the penalty, that means there's a decision to be made. Do you still line up in field goal formation? Or maybe you think about running your offense back out on the field.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
The Browns going to roll on as we say so long, everybody. Thanks for watching.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.